Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is for you, wherever you are. I am your host, Pink Fan Fur. I am a super fan of the Carolina Panthers and proud member of Carolina Superfans United under the leadership and tutelage of Elaine Brown, aka Mad Catta. You guys jump on in the comments here. We have got a good show for you tonight. But before I introduce our guest tonight, I'm going to play a little intro for you. Our guest tonight is going to be the one and only Mike Fosnaugh. He is an elite super fan of the Chicago Bears. So all of you Bears fans out there, let's go jump into the comments. So Mike Fosnaugh is a lifelong member of the Bears fans club. He is the host of Superfan Focus podcast First and 10 with Foz, vice president of the Elite Superfans ESF anti-bullying organization, co-owner of Chicago Bears fan club Fan Forever Facebook page, and last but not least, proud member of Chicago Bears tailgate group First and 10 tailgating. But before I introduce and let him in, I want to play a little shout out to him. Let me do this first. My shouts out to all of those of you who came before me, Pink Fan Fur, who laid the groundwork, who set the foundation, who became an inspiration for me, Pink Fan Fur, to come on here and talk to you live. You guys invited me to your show, and we came on your show, had fun, and we just chopped it up. Inspired me to break down and open up my show. My show, Pink Fanfur and Company, is designed by super fans for super fans. So you guys can come on to my show, talk about your journey of being a super fan, your experiences, talk about any adversity that you've overcome, what you're doing out there in the community, and just why you love the sport you love, and talking about your outfit. So everything and all things super fan over here at Pink Fanfur and Company. Shouts out to these people who have inspired me, and then I'm going to bring on our great guest. First and foremost, Sonia Pearson, president and founder of All Things Football from a Lady's Perspective, Prim and Proper Sports, as well as she is the founder and creator of the original Carolina Pantherettes. She is a Carolina Panthers fan and my sister girl. Captain Jack Rackham, Raiders fan. He allowed me to come on his show and we chopped it up, had a good time. Raiders Nation, Raiders fan. Then we have Raider Asylum and the Cage Match show. Thank you so much for letting me come on your show and talk with you, talk some mad trash before that Panthers Raiders game. Raiders Savage out there too as well. Shout out to all my Raiders fans out there. Erica Wilson of Moms of Motivated Sons, mothers of the sons who play in the NFL, came on her show and talked about some things, had a good time. And of course, you, my guest, but I'll talk about that last. Malaysia Gresham also, she allowed me to come on her show. She is a longtime sister of mine from the Public Health Service, and she let me come on her show. She's been an inspiration. And last but not certainly not least, our special guest tonight, who served as a huge inspiration for me, the man, the myth, the legend, Mike Fosnaugh. First and 10 with Foz. Now I'm going to go and play my intro. Hold on just a second. I'm doing producer, all kinds of things and everything. Okay, here we go.
First and 10 with us, dance in the crowd, cheering loud and proud. Our spirits never bow. We rep that navy, blue and orange, no room for doubt. Chicago Bears legendary, no team can knock us out. No team can knock us out. First and 10 with us, Chicago Bears in the mix. Rapping about football, no room for politics. from the windy city, we bring the fire. This podcast hot, raising the bar higher. Touchdown after touchdown, we never settle for less. Breaking it down with Foz, we always bring our best. 1st and 10 with Foz, dancing the crowd, cheering loud and proud. Our spirits never bow. We rep that navy blue and orange, no room for doubt. Chicago Bears legendary, no team can knock us out.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for your patience. Welcome to the stage, Mr. Mike Fosnaugh. 1st and 10 with Foz. Give it up.
What's up, PINKFanFur? How we doing tonight, sweetheart? Thank you for having me on.
Oh man, what's up, Foz? What is up, man? How are you?
I'm just living the dream over here, girl. I've been sick for 2 weeks. I've been trying to fight off this cold. I don't know what's going on right now. I was gonna call you earlier and be like, I don't know if I'm gonna do the show tonight, but I got to come on for my ladies of football though, so I had to come on and represent you. So thank you for having me, sweetheart. I appreciate it.
I'm so sorry you're not feeling well, man. You know, you're my brother from another mother.
I'm on that quill right now, girl. I'm on that quill. I'm surviving. I'm on that quill, so I'm doing okay.
Let me tell you now. Let me tell you, that quill be working, man. That quill.
Dude, it gets me through the day, ma'am. It gets me through the day. So I'm surviving right now. I'm hanging in there.
Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. So glad that you decided to join us on this show, PINKFanFur Company. So the purpose of our show really is to allow super fans like yourself to come on and talk about all things, not just football, but all things being a super fan. And we got a lot of good questions for you. I'm going to jump into the comments here in just a minute.
No, of course.
Yeah, so thank you so much. We got one of my sisters from another mother running the boards, I see. Thank you so much for that. Oh, you know what? We got comments coming in already. Hello, Juan. Hello, Juan. Pause is okay, I guess. He's Juan Ozo Salazar. Saw you say, hi, Pink, just getting on. Okay, thank you, Miss Lady. Thank you. Well, let's get on into it, man. Let's talk about you.
What do you want to know, sister? You shoot, I'll answer. I'm an open book.
How many of you guys out there in internet land believe that Mr. Foz's voice? Can I hear that again? Say that one more time. Say something.
Hello. I have a face for radio, though. I have a face for radio.
Listen, I'm going to use a word that we talked about back in the 70s, man. You know, I'm not dating myself or anything, but you sound dreamy. Wouldn't you say that, ladies? You sound dreamy.
I told you, I upgraded all my equipment about right after I finished my season 2. Upgraded all my equipment and kind of went all out a little bit crazy because, I mean, been doing it for a while now. You know, you're established. You're like, okay, I'm sticking with this, so why not invest in it? And went out and got some new equipment. And since I got it and hooked it all up, this is my first time actually using it. So as soon as you invited me on, I'm like, I get to use all my new toys tonight. So yeah, I'm super excited. Thank you.
Hey, yeah, that's so great. Tell us about your show. We're going to talk about you being a super fan, but you are the creator, host, and founder of your show, 1st and 10 with Foz, and I know you're going into your 2nd season, so congratulations on all your accomplishments with that. But tell us about your show. What it do?
So I just wrapped up season 2. I really only do shows during the year when there's actually stuff to talk about. I really don't go into the off season or big gaps or anything. I try to stick away from just kind of having repetitive conversations about what's going on with the team, things of that nature. I really try to just only focus the shows about topic, like rapid fire, jumping from one thing to another. And on top of that, bringing, like you said earlier, bringing super fans onto the show. And that's really what inspired me to do the show to begin with. I mean, I think a lot of people see super fans on TV or going to the games, and just from an outside perspective, really think like we're crazy weirdos or something. We're dressing up in makeup and costumes and masks. And but once you get to know these people, there's so much more behind all of it, so much more behind the makeup and the mask and the things they're doing for the community, and how they became super fans and the stories behind that. And some of the stories I've heard over the last couple of years have just been really touching and inspiring. And a lot of these NFL teams should be extremely feeling lucky they have the fans out there they do. And super fans out there throughout the NFL are absolutely amazing. I'm glad I get to be a part of letting people know about that.
They're amazing. You're amazing. Your show is the hottest thing going on the south of the border here. Like, I, when you invited me on the show, I was like, wait, what? Because
Oh,
I didn't really
stop
do
it.
that many shows, but it was so much fun, man. And just talking to you guys and just,
Yeah.
just kind of chopping it up, like, and telling people, tell us about you. Like, y- what's your inspiration for, first of all, your favorite team, becoming a super fan for your
Sure.
favorite team, and what inspires you, what motivates you? Um, how did you come up with the word Foz? I guess has something to do with your last name, but what
Sure.
inspired you to start your show too?
Yes. I mean, I've been a Bears fan my entire life. My parents will say I watched the '85 Super Bowl in my high chair in front of the TV wearing Bears gear. Unfortunately, don't remember it. Was still peeing and pooping my pants around that time. So unfortunately, don't have too many memories of the '85 Super Bowl. But growing up in my household, the Bears game was always on Sundays. And as I grew up and got a little bit older and got more central focus into loving the game of football, and the early 2000 Bears going to the Super Bowl with Devin Hester and the early defense of like Peanut Tillman and Brian Urlacher and Lance Briggs, those kind of like started my big days of becoming a huge Bears fan. And then from that point on, obviously the Bears really weren't doing too much from the football end, and I was being given a lot of opportunities to go to games for very cheap prices or actually next to nothing. And that's where I discovered the love of tailgating. So when you incorporate tailgating into the fan experience of going to the football games, it becomes a whole nother realm. So at that point, I started going to about 3/4, if not more, of the season games throughout the year, which eventually led me to joining the First and 10 Tailgate Club, which introduced me to a whole new world of fans. From that point, I got involved with ESF, which um, got opened a whole new world of fans to around the league to me at that point. And from that perspective and that time frame, I got asked to be on a podcast, and I was kind of doing a co-anchor on a Chicago sports podcast, and decided I kind of wanted to branch out on my own and do my own thing. And thinking about how I can make it my own and what I found interesting and what really inspired me to do what I do. And it was all the super fans out there and everyone I was meeting throughout these years, tailgating and going to games and traveling and hearing their stories and developing these relationships with these people. And I was like, these people's stories need to be told, and you need to hear why they're wearing masks and makeup and what inspires them and how they became what they are. So, I mean, it's just been a really cool journey, and people have jumped on board with it. Like I had no idea what was going to happen when I started doing the show. It was me and my friend Maxwell, who we went to kindergarten together, so we've been friends our entire life, and we always got together,
Oh,
talked about football. We have like our Thursday night guys date night, and that's been going on for like 15 years. I'm like, you want to do a podcast and just kind of do what we do on Thursday nights and just talk about football? And so I was like, if it sucks, it sucks. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. And it's fun. We'll continue to do it. So it kind of caught on pretty fast, and had so much amazing support from all my friends and family and super fans from around the league, and started getting everyone involved from all the different teams, and just kind of blew up from there. It's been awesome. I just finished up my second season and have over like 60 different
congratulations.
super fans from around the NFL. And it's
Woo,
it's way
woo,
bigger than I ever
woo.
thought it would be. It's freaking amazing. So it's been so fun.
Yeah, you know what? Sonya Pearson says, salute, Paul, salute.
Oh, I appreciate it.
I
And like
got
when you
some.
talk about you coming on the show, I absolutely love, and I want to get more of the ladies of football involved out there. I don't think you guys get enough recognition. I would try to get a lot more women on our show this year. I think it's absolutely great what you guys are doing. I mean, I think there's like this old school stereotype of the guy watches football and the wife yells at the husband because they're watching football. But having you guys involved and be the super fans also is absolutely amazing. So I absolutely love the ladies of football and everything you guys are doing.
That is so amazing. We are all for it. Let me tell you, we got some comments coming in. Sonia said, just getting in, Foz. Shuffling 85. Maxwell says, what up, Pink and Foz?
Maxwell's
Um,
my co-host, man. He's part of
yes,
the
he
equation. I
is.
couldn't do it without him.
Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, Maxwell. We are so appreciative that you decided to join the show. We thank you guys. Sonya said, I'll be available mid-February. Thank you. All things football from a lady's perspective. That's Sonya Pearson over there, Prim
Yes,
and
ma'am.
Proper Sports. Carolina
Yeah.
Panther Rex, shout out to you guys. She said hello. They said hello. What's going on, Carolina Panther
Hi,
Rex?
everyone. Thanks for
By
coming
the
in
way, I
tonight.
did.
Thanks for watching the show. You guys are amazing. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Thank you. So yeah, Alberto Valdez, thank you and welcome. What about me?
Alberto
We still got
Valdez
a
is my boy. He's the co-owner of the Chicago Bears Fan Forever page with me. He's my guy, and he helps me get the show out there to everyone around the Chicagoland area who are Bears fans. We have one of the biggest Bears fan pages on social media, so getting involved with his page kind of was able to get me exploited out there to a lot more people. So definitely awesome.
Mm, awesome. Well, thank you for joining us over there, Mr. Alberto. Shout out to you. Shout out to James Carter. James C. Carter was my guest last week. Cool J, Cool J, Cool J. He said, what up, good pink fanfare? What up? Everybody shouting out to us. And so thank you so much, guys and ladies, for joining. So let's get back into you. You said, one of the things that I heard you say, and I know you talked about the early 2000s. That's when I remember I knew just about all of you guys, your players. You mentioned
Yeah, it was
Devin
such a fun
Hester, Lance
time. Yeah.
Briggs, Burlacker. I knew all about all of them too because I was watching so much football then, and I just knew who they were because I was my two. I was uh, in another life a Bears fan because I knew
In a
all the
better life,
players.
you were a Bears fan. You mean, come on.
Yeah, I knew all you guys as players. So you mentioned that, and that goes way back. So that talks about your dedication and
Yeah.
loyalty to the team. You mentioned, hey, you started one of the biggest inspirations for you starting your podcast, First and 10 with Foz, was the fans themselves, and you yourself is a fan. And so I think one of the most powerful things you said is these fans, they serve as an inspiration. They are loyal to their teams, they're loyal to
Yeah.
their fan base, but
You know,
their
you
stories
can
have
go
to be
out there
told.
right now and pull up 200 different Bears podcasts where they sit there and talk about stats and trades and moves and opinions on players and what they should do and issues. And you can pull up 200 Panthers podcasts about the same thing. So one thing I knew I didn't want to do was another podcast where you sit there and talk about stats and your opinions on the team and the score and problems and moves and your opinions on what you should do. I mean, that was one thing I know I didn't want to do. So having the super fan edge definitely made it more exciting and made me want to continue on with the project.
Awesome. I am so proud of you, man. You've done so well. And then my thinking is, well, probably already no turning back, man. There's absolutely no turning back with your show, your podcast. There's no telling where it might go.
Yeah,
You'll
I'm
touch
just going to keep on
thousands of
doing
people.
it as long as people are watching it and me and Maxwell are having fun doing it. I mean, that's the most important part. It's supposed to be fun, a good time for us, a good time for people watching, um, getting guests excited about coming on and continue on spreading their stories. I mean, as long as that keeps on continuing on, we're going to keep on continuing on. So,
Keep
but like
on
I said,
keeping
I
on.
do take a break during the off season. I don't try to throw too much content at people or try to be repetitive about stuff going on in the Chicago Bears world. I like to try and keep it all solid meat, little potatoes on the side, and hot topics. And then if there's nothing hot to talk about and I don't have a special guest to come on that I think's interesting, we just don't do a show. And so, I mean, I've been knocking out about 20 episodes a season, which isn't bad. But I mean, like I said, I don't want to bore the fan crowd. That's for sure.
You are not boring the fan crowd with that voice, let me tell you.
Stop it.
And
Stop it.
you know that there is no off season, man.
There's
We
no
don't
off
have an
season as
off
far
season
as
as
work
Super
goes. I can
King.
tell you that much. As far as my social media goes, there is definitely no off season. So, being the vice president of ESF, we have a lot of fun stuff coming up with that within the new year. We're kind of revamping, doing things a little bit differently, kind of getting back to the roots. So, aside from the podcast and the show, between my tailgating group, sticking on the social media page, the Chicago Bears Fan Forever page, all the upcoming projects with ESF. You are 100% right, Pink. There is no off season whatsoever. And by the time I get caught up with all this stuff, it's going to be time for the draft again, and season will be starting
Oh,
over
yes, sir.
again. So, yeah, it's a year round thing. It's a lifestyle. It's not a there is no downtime. I just do a downtime from the show, but in the background, there's no downtime for the work. That's for sure.
I love that description. It's a lifestyle because that's so true.
Hmm.
Earlier you mentioned, people are like looking at us and they're staring at us like why they got on all that makeup? Why they got that outfit on? Why they wearing this mask? For what? It's like people who don't understand that. Then once they understand that it is a lifestyle, they listen to podcasts like yours and mine and they understand why we do what we do. And then they also come up to us. I know if you get it too. I get it a lot because you guys
Yeah.
know I go hard with the makeup and the hair. How long did it take you to do that? You know,
Initially, when I
quick.
first started, I guess becoming a super fan, quotations, if you want to say, but I was like, maybe I should do this or do that. And somebody told me, like, you're kind of a character yourself, just being yourself. So, I mean, I kind of got the big red beard and the glasses, and I got my different hats and outfits, and I got my swag I wear all the time. So, I really didn't get too deep into, like, I guess a costume, so to say, but I've been told I stand out in the crowd, so I'll stick with that.
You stand out in the crowd because you're a good looking, handsome guy.
Oh,
You got that
stop
nice,
it. Stop it.
swaggy, dreamy
I'm
voice.
telling you, this is great. It's
And,
going gray on me though,
you
Pink. You
know,
see how it's matching with my it's matching with my hoodie right now. It's starting to blend in right now.
it's sinking in with
I'm
your
gonna
hoodie,
be I'm
man.
gonna
It's
be
sinking in
Santa
with your
Claus in
hoodie.
it here pretty soon. Gandalf the White pretty soon.
Prim and Proper Sports said, Falls, your alter ego is nothing but swag.
Yeah,
Wait,
I got a
what?
problem with
True.
swag. I really do. I love all you guys out there who make all the like homemade art Etsy type stuff that you can't get available at the stores, and it's all hand
Mhm.
custom made. Like that's my jam right there. Like I have a mask from Elaine from Mad Cata. I got a custom chain from DJ from my buddy Cat Daddy. Um,
Yeah.
I got stuff from everyone out there from around the league. So like I'm kind of a horror when it comes down to fan swag, especially custom made stuff that you can have altered and done in the way you want it. So I always go into the pro shop when I go to the Bears games and stuff. I'll bring my kids and my family. We're looking around and stuff, and people are coming up to me like, "Where'd you get that at? Where'd you get that?" I'm like, "Oh, that ain't on the
Right.
shelf here, sweetheart. This
That's
was just
right.
custom made." So, my buddy
Hmm.
Oso Juan, who was commenting earlier, he made me custom 5 shoes that he hand painted and did artwork on. So. Absolutely love all the fan stuff. It's just so awesome, and it's like supporting small business too. I love supporting small
Yeah.
businesses, so it's like I get to get awesome stuff, awesome swag, and I'm helping out someone's financial situation. So it's just a win-win around the board.
It is a win-win around the board. Juan says Lindsay can paint that beard red when it goes white.
She won't do it. I've been
Alberto said,
I've
gotta
been
love it.
trying to get her to just for men this bad boy for a while, and she won't do it. And she said, "Just leave it be. It's part of who I am, apparently." So
Gotta love him. Gotta love him. Alberto says so. You talked a lot about. Well, you talked a little bit. I want to hear more about ESF. A lot of people out there in internet land may not know what ESF stands
yeah,
for.
so ESF is
Um,
Elite Super Fans. It's an organization focused around anti-bullying, suicide prevention. The person who originally started kind of had those things hit home a little bit, so they decided to create an organization with NFL fans around the league to where you'd give back to your community in the name of suicide awareness, in the name of anti-bullying. And at the end of the day, what we're all about and what we've been talking about the entire time is fan unity, loving your fellow fan, getting along with your fellow team's fan, and spreading the love around. So, super honored to be part of that. We're going to kind of be getting back to the origin of that. Currently, revamping the entire system and refocusing on what the organization is meant to be, which is the anti-bullying suicide awareness. So I'm super excited in 2025 to get back on track with that.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Elite Superfan. I am a member of Elite Superfan too, but
Yes, you
I'm
are,
also a
man.
member of Carolina Superfans United. We're gonna talk about those Hall of Fame members here in just a minute. But I saw a comment out here where Shuffling 85, your battle buddy, says swag is a must, capital MUST.
Yeah,
Support your
Shufflin's
fellow
got a
fans.
swag
Yes.
problem too. We should be in like a swag anonymous together. Hi, my name is Foz, and I have a problem. My
Yeah,
wife's
we
always
should. We
complaining.
should
She's like, "You
definitely
always
do
got
that.
packages coming in the house all the time." She's like, "What's in that box?" I'm like, "I don't even know anymore." I got random stuff coming in the house like all week long, so I'm always in trouble for something.
Yeah. That swag stuff is mean, man. You got a lot of your swag from some of the same, super fans. I got some of my swag from. You
Yeah,
mentioned all
yeah,
of them, and so, Mad Cat, a DJ, made my chain. Mad Cat made my two hats that I wear. He's working on my Catavision glasses. He's got
yeah.
some other things in the pipeline.
One of my
I
biggest
got
swag guys
my
is my other chain guy, which is Christian Mora from the Miami Dolphins, who makes custom resin chains, like
oh
whatever custom image you can come up with. He makes spinners. This guy does it all, man. So I think I have
wow.
about 10 chains from him, to be quite honest with you. I got one for every different event. I have one for every different outfit. So, but like I said, they're such great people, and they're doing this as a side business. And like I mentioned earlier, I love supporting small businesses, whether it be a shop of some sort, a restaurant.
A little bit of technical difficulties again. A little bit of technical difficulties. Hello. Okay, there we go. We're back. We're back.
You got
So
me? So we all good?
yeah, it just looks like we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, but you said supporting fan, that's important. You know, we want to talk about also what you're doing in the community. We want you to share with the community. And by the way, shout out to ESF Elite Superfans Incorporated. We love you. We love you, love you, love you, love you. You guys introduced me and a lot of my fans to the world of superfanism, even though I was a super fan way before I even knew I was.
Sure. Yeah,
But
exactly.
shout
I'm
out
like,
to
this
you
has a
guys.
name now? Okay. Like,
Yeah, being a super fan is a thing. Actually, that's what I put on
yeah.
my overview. Being a super fan is a thing, and what we want to know. You talked about the anti-bullying campaign. There's so many different things and initiatives going
Yeah.
on. Like, what is First and 10 with Foz doing in the community as far as, if you've added anything other than bullying or,
Yeah. So
things
this
like domestic
last
violence,
year,
military.
obviously, we drafted Caleb Williams in the first round of the draft this year, and he became our brand new quarterback. But
Yeah.
with that, he brought his charity along with him, which is called Caleb Cares. And Caleb Cares is his anti bullying organization, which he gives back to lower income communities, keeping kids in school, keeping them involved in sports, keeping them off the streets, things of that nature, and promotes anti bullying and just pretty much equality and kindness to everyone. So when I found out he was doing that, along with everything I do with ESF, obviously, I'm like, this is perfect. I have a Chicago Bears quarterback who's totally has an organization in line with what I love and what I believe too. So I started collecting money for Caleb Cares. At the beginning of the season last year, I had a goal of reaching $4,500. Unfortunately, I only reached $1,200, but was able to collect
Mm.
money doing raffles of different type of merchandise and jerseys and memorabilia, things of that nature, and was able to get that donated at the end of the season. So was super awesome, super cool to get that. Even though I didn't reach the goal, I mean, everything you can do to try and get back, and every penny counts.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Caleb Cares initiative is right in line with the ESF
Yeah,
anti-bullying
100%.
campaign.
Yeah.
Um, so if anybody wanted to donate to Caleb Cares, how would they go about doing that?
Yeah, calebcares.org. I'm always posting stuff on my page. I just ended the initiative for the season because I ended the season. I'm going to try and do a different charity. It kind of hits my heart every year, and try to find something different to collect and go towards. So not sure what I'm going to do next season. Still thinking about it right now, but calebcares.org if anyone wants to donate. Obviously, it's the easy to find, calebcares.org. Hit up the phone, go donate. Won't be a problem. So I got to think of what I'm going to do for next year, though. I was involved with my buddy Oso, who's in the comments tonight, this year also with Toy Drive for Lurie's Children's Hospital in Chicago. I was a side note compared to what Juan did for the entire drive, but able to collect over 1,300 toys for the Children's Hospital that was donated around Christmas time this year. So really cool initiative. I got to be a part of that this year. My buddy Juan spearheaded, though. It's his thing. Like I said, I'm just a side note, but it was cool to take part and be in that as a side project also.
That's absolutely incredible. Shout out to Juan, your battle buddy, for helping you orchestrate that. And that's just such a great initiative to be involved in with the toy drives
Yeah,
and
you know,
everything. There's so
I
many
always
needy
say if you
kids out
can't
there
do
that need
something
that.
yourself, if you don't have time, you don't have
Hmm.
effort, you can't do something, find someone out there who is doing something and contribute towards theirs. And that equally
Right.
means as much as doing it yourself. You don't got to go out there and create your own event yourself. But I mean, pay attention to the fans around you, your team's fans around you, see what they're doing, and just contribute. And I mean, every little bit counts.
Every little bit counts, and every little bit of organization that you decide to join or
Sure.
even just be a part of. Just if you don't have time, like you said, donate some change and some coins. But the toys just go a long way with the kids. So that's
Most
got to be an
definitely.
incredible journey. Definitely, I did a lot of toy drives too back in the day when I was riding motorcycles. We did the toy drives during the holidays, and we would ride around the Columbia, South Carolina area with the toy on the back of the bike. And so it was so freeing. It was
Yeah,
just
no, that's
incredible.
amazing.
That
Juan's
joy
actually
was
working
going
on
to a
next year
kid.
with a different children's hospital to where we might actually be able to go and actually deliver the toys to the kids themselves too, which would be awesome. I mean, this year they kind of like dropped them off and kind of like a drop off area, and they put them in like storage or whatnot. But another thing about the toy drive too, which was pretty awesome, is it wasn't just for the kids there who were sick in the hospital. They go into like pretty much a toy store inside the hospital to where family members, sick kids, siblings who are at the hospital with their brother, sister all the time. It's kind of like a gateway thing for them too, where they get to go to the toy store and pick out a toy for themselves. It kind of goes year round, so it's just absolutely amazing.
I know it's so when you feel like you're impacting someone just with just the little bit of thing that you do, it really is making a big impact, and especially on a child when they see those toys, it's such an incredible thing. So thank you so much for your service in the community. Shuffling 85 said, "We love our chains." Oh yeah, clink, clink, clink. We love our chains. You got any coins with you? You got any coins over there with you,
I got my coins on my
Mike?
shelf. I got my coins on my shelf right beside me over there. I can get up and grab them, but they're there. I promise you. Don't be coin checking me
No,
now,
no, no,
Pink.
that
What
wouldn't
time?
be
No, I'm just
necessary.
joking.
I
Don't
want
be
you to
coin
bring your
checking
coin
me.
next time.
Yeah, no, I'm
I
a
got my
proud.
coins. Go ahead.
I'm a proud first and 10 tailgating coin holder and ESF Hall of Fame members. So I'm definitely proud of my coins. I don't flash them carrying around me as much as I should, but I'm definitely a proud holder of them for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I actually was going to bring my coin on today, and I did a live before the live doing my hair and makeup, so I actually got too involved in that and forgot to go out there and get my coin. So we're going to have those coins next time. Let's see. We got a
I
couple
always
comments
say
coming in.
coin checking is for the newbies, for the new people to get the coins. Those are the people you got to start calling out, the rookies, to make sure they're carrying them. But
Right. The
so
ones who
I
didn't
paid
bring
my
their
years
coins.
of dues. I got years of dues under my belt now. I can keep it a little
Okay.
bit.
So that means you did a lot of push-ups.
No, thankfully, I was really adamant first couple years about always having my coins on me no matter where I went. So thankfully, never got caught out with my crew anywhere without having my coin. And I still always
There
make sure
you
to have
go.
my coin on me nowadays too, because trust me, the one time I don't bring it, they're going to pull it out. I'm going to get screwed over. I'm telling you.
Yes, sir. You gonna get, yeah. Alberto
Yeah, we
says
doing my
shuffling
push up,
85. I
buying
need one.
drinks.
Mm-hmm. Shuffling said, Alberto, he's talking about hit up Christian. Okay, he was telling Alberto to hit up Christian Miguel Mora, okay, or DJ Howell. He is a Carolina Panthers fan and actually known as Panthers Cat Daddy. We're gonna
Cut
have him on the
daddy.
show pretty soon as well. Elaine Brown, what up? He said, "What up, everybody?" He said,
Mad
"What up?"
Cata, what's
The
up, sir?
Mad Catter in the house in the comments. What up, man? How you doing?
Yeah,
Thank you
Mad
for
Catter's
joining
my
us tonight.
guy. I had him on the show last year, and again, just such great stories and everything he's got going on,
Mhm.
everything he's been doing as far as charity wise, and in the Carolinas with all his amazing masks and hat he's been creating, and giving back to the community. He's one of the OGs out there. Shout out to Mad Catter.
Shout out to the OG Mad Catter. Yeah, you talked about the ESF Hall of Fame. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I mean, it was something I got inducted in last year. I was extremely surprised. I mean, obviously, there's I think a lot cooler super fans out there than me doing their things with their costumes and stuff. But yeah, I got brought into the voting system, and I found out because I was actually hosting the ceremony and had found out that you're going to be inducted as part of the ceremony too. And I'm like, oh, for real? I'm like, that's crazy. So just such an honor to be acknowledged by my fellow super fans around the country because that's who does the voting. I mean, it's not even Bears fans or friends or people I know. It all comes from fans of other teams who actually choose you to become part of that. So that really meant a lot that my fellow super fans from around the country thought of me and voted for me and said that this guy should definitely be part of it. So again, a huge honor, huge honor.
Huge honor. So congratulations on being selected and inducted into ESF Hall of Fame. I know it was an incredible journey. I was right there listening to you as you did the presentation, inducting not only yourself, but Mad Catter and myself. And so
Yes.
like you said, it was such a huge honor. Like, wait, what? We didn't know what was going on. And it was just incredible because, and I hadn't been with ESF really that long, but
Yeah.
we represent wherever we go, guys and
Yeah,
girls,
that's what it's all about.
Um,
I mean, I think one thing I've learned over the last few years is the major impact of social media. I mean, people live on their phones nowadays, whether we like it or not, or whether we believe in it or not. But everyone's on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and scrolling through feeds. And I mean,
mm,
that's really where you hit home with people nowadays. And that's really where you get information passed through. And that's where you get to spread your words. So that's why I try to stay as active as social media as possible because that's really unfortunately how you accomplish things nowadays, whether you like it or
yeah,
not. I mean,
it is,
it's the
it is
truth.
what it
It
is.
is what it is. I mean, you can't beat it. You got to join it. So, but yeah, social media has helped me do so many things as far as spreading out my initiatives, the podcasting, things of that nature, getting to meet people. So, definitely I give a shout out to social media and Facebook and podcasts like this. I mean,
Well,
that definitely helps get the word out there and helps let people know what you're doing too. I always tell people, especially when they come on the show, don't be modest. Brag about what you do. You put in the work, you put in the time, you put in the effort. You should be proud. You should be posting. You should be telling everyone about what you're doing because not only that, it's inspiring, and you never know one of your posts, one of your things you're doing, someone's going to see that, and it's going to inspire them to go out there and do something. So you're kind of um, passing it down the line, so to say. So I always tell people, don't be modest. Make sure to go out there on social media and let people know what you're doing.
yeah, like you said, it is what it is with that social media thing. It is. I mean,
Yeah, I
it's
mean
just where we
it's the
are,
future.
and
It's the future.
use
It's
it
where
as a
we're at today.
powerful
It's only
tool.
getting worse.
Use it.
It
Definitely
is.
use
It
it to your
is.
advantage as a powerful tool to make change like we're doing. You're making so much change with your powerful podcasts and what you're doing as a super fan and ESF. You're doing so much in the community. You're making so much change whether you know it or not. And Matt Catter said, "I'm doing well. Appreciate you both." I really just want to say one thing publicly while Matt Catter is out there. You know, you talked about inspirations. You talked about
Mhm.
people who go out there and they really don't know who they're inspiring or who they're, impacting. Matt Catta is one of my mentors. And I wanted to say thank you to him as a mentor. He has shown nothing and demonstrated nothing but professionalism and just true loyalty to the spirit of being a super fan. He
Mhm.
is one of the best persons with the greatest personality, like yourself, my brother from another mother, Mike. And he is so inspiring and so encouraging and extremely talented. Guys and girls, Mad Cat can do it all. He can do Catavision glasses. He can do top hats. He can do all kinds of things. He can do chains. He can do costumes. He can
Mhm.
do makeup. Let me tell you, Mad Cat is an inspiration. He told me this, and I will never forget it. Because Mike, you talked about this earlier that it's 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 in you. You know what I mean? Kata
Mhm.
told me, Pink, this thing is in you. It's in you. It's not something that you just wake up one morning and say, oh, I think I want to be a super fan and do my makeup and hair and create
Yeah.
a persona and all this and that. I just want to go out there and get attention brought to me. It's not like that. It's like he said, Pink. Being a super fan is in you. It's
Mhm.
part of who you are as a person, and it's a calling. You mentioned that earlier. It's a calling.
Yeah, like I always tell people when I started my podcast, I was like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna put on like this character persona? Like, hey, welcome to First and Ten. It's just like, is that what I'm gonna do? Is that how it's gonna be? Like, I'm like, that's not me at all whatsoever. So getting back to what you were just saying, I think you just got to go out there and just be yourself and be yourself, whether you're on this podcast, whether you're sitting in a room talking to somebody, whether you're at work, whether you're talking to your spouse or significant other, whatnot. Like, you just need to be that person 24/7. I think people really um, could tell you being your true self too, and you're not being fake and you're being real. And I think that's really what spreads the message more, is like the sincerity of who you are. And like, this dude's being real. He's not bullshit. He's not putting on a show right now. So I think that's really what makes it special. And that's what I vouch to do, is just be myself all the time. And if you like me, cool. If not, deuces. I don't know what to tell you.
Deuces, Kata said, let your
Deuces.
light shine. Let your light shine. You
100%.
know,
Be yourself. Be yourself.
yes, thank you, Kata, for that information. You guys, shout out to Mad Cat. Go follow his page at Mad Cat. He's over there doing great things on his channel. And we're gonna have Mad Cat on our show here in a few weeks. We
Mad
got
Cat
we
is the
gotta
man.
wind down here. Yeah, we gotta wind down here in about 15 minutes, but I wanna take the last 15 minutes. But before we do that, I wanna again shout out to our sponsor and pretty lady of football, Sonia Pearson. She is the founder of the Carolina Panthers, as well as the founder and president and CEO of all things football from a lady's perspective, Prim and Proper Sports. And she made this show possible because we're utilizing the same platform. So just wanted to shout that out to her and thank you for all the work she put
It's
into
awesome. Ladies,
the
keep doing
hard
what
work
you're
towards
doing. I
fitness.
love it. Love it.
Yes, she's doing great over there. She got so many podcasts going on. You guys go over there and follow her over at All Things Football from a Lady's
Yeah, yeah,
Perspective.
no, I
And on,
follow the page for sure. I support. I think it's amazing.
yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so how can people follow you?
At First and 10 with Foz. I mean, type that into any social media platform, First and 10, FOZ, and my big red beard and glasses is going to show up, and click on that and click follow. So I have my Facebook group, I have my Facebook page, I have a TikTok and Instagram, my YouTube channel. I got it all under the sun, sister. So
All that
like,
social media we talked
yeah,
about.
yeah, like I talked about, you got to be out there in social media. So First and 10 with Foz, type it in any social media platform, and I'll pull up and hit that follow button.
Hey, Kata said Mad Cat. Oh, Shuffling said Mad Cat is amazing. Amazing. Sonya said you're too kind, Pink. You're definitely the lady behind the success. Thank you. Oh, Sonia Pearson said first and 10 with Foz. Okay, yes, yes, yes. So let's wrap it up with talking about for the last 10 minutes or so football. Your team. What do you feel
Football.
like your season was like? What was your favorite
See,
game
I'm
or
surprised
memory
we
of the
haven't brought
season?
this up already.
I know you
It's
guys
hard
got
to be a
a new
super
coach.
fan of the Panthers and the Bears. Let me tell you, it's easy to be a super fan of KC and the Eagles and the
Mhm.
Bengals and all these successful teams. it's a whole nother challenge continuing on being motivated, being a super fan of a bottom of the barrels team like we've all been the last
Mhm.
10, 15 years now. So um, I got excited for this last season about the Bears. I think every Bears fan did. Given that, I'm never getting excited about a Bears season ever again. So we obviously fired our coach over the middle of the season last year and brought in probably the best coach on the market with the highest value, which is Ben Johnson from the Lions.
From
I'm
the
happy
Lions.
we made that move, but like I said, I'm not getting excited. I'm going to be excited week 1, week 2 when I see what we look like on the field during a real game, and at that point, I'll let some emotions start flowing. But I think we're on the right move. They're trying. You know what I mean? Some teams don't try. Some teams just give up and accept we're a bad team, and they don't make moves, and they're not doing anything and trying to make themselves better. So the Bears are definitely trying so hard to stop losing. They're doing everything under the possible
Join
sun
the
to try and
club.
stop losing. So are the Panthers too. You guys are in the same boat. You're trying to do
Well, you
everything you
did beat
can.
us. You
Yeah,
beat the
yeah. I
Panthers.
mean, uh, we're both not in good boats right now, or at least we weren't last season. So I do think your quarterback looked pretty decent though at the end of the year last year. He started coming around a little bit. It started looking like the kid that you guys drafted. So, how you feeling about Bryce going into next year?
I'm feeling dreamy. You know, I that Atlanta game is something to go
Yeah.
in the memory books because I don't know if you saw it or not, but when he threw that touchdown over there to
Yep.
Coker, was it Coker or was it Thielen? Anyway, Sonya knows. He threw the touchdown and turned around and did like, Steph Curry type thing. Like, I ain't even got to look, just turn. I got that
Yeah.
little clip. If I can find it, I'll play it. But I
Well,
felt
they
like
drafted him first round for a reason. He's a first round draft pick for a reason. I mean, I think the problem is, and I think we as Bears fans went through this with Caleb Williams this year. I mean, because of people like Patrick Mahomes and CJ Stroud from the Texans, you're expecting these kids to come out first year out of college into the NFL and just bring you to the Super Bowl the first year. And if they don't do that, well, they just suck then. And that's become the reality of the NFL now, unfortunately, to where traditionally in the NFL, someone gets drafted, a quarterback especially, they wouldn't start for 2 years. They would sit behind a quarterback and mentor them and get to understand the NFL before they ever went on the field. But these last like 5 or 10 years now, these kids are coming straight out of college, becoming starters of NFL teams, and expecting to be
Mhm.
winning automatically day one. I think it's kind of crazy expectations.
The expectations are crazy, and I think the biggest thing is that they just have to, and they did finally build around Bryce Young. I think
Yeah.
that that's what you have to do especially when you draft the first round and Heisman Trophy winner and national title winner too. Just
Yeah.
putting that out there. So Alberto says also at Chicago Bears fan forever. Sonia Pearson says I was so happy to watch it here in Atlanta. She was in Atlanta watching that game with Bryce Young throwing that touchdown, that dreamy touchdown, and preferably quarterbacks should sit. I always say that is what she
Yeah.
says, the pretty lady of football sports.
The
But
thing is, though,
I
quarterbacks
guess
in the NFL
so.
right now are rare. They're a rare commodity. They're scarce. I mean, you have 32 teams out there, and you maybe have less than 10 teams who you can say you have elite quarterbacks. So you have teams out there dying for someone who's decent behind the offensive line who can throw the ball. So really, with the lack of successful quarterbacks out there, these kids are coming straight out of the college and they're having no choice but to go in there and try to be superstars. So goes to show you how important the offensive line is too with these
Yeah.
quarterbacks. I mean, I think that doesn't get enough attention with the success of these kids coming in too. I mean, the Bears had one of the worst offensive lines in the NFL. Carolina has one of the worst offensive line in the NFL. So
Gee,
quarterbacks is
thanks.
only quarterback is only as good as the guys in front of him, giving them time to do his job. So another thing I think these kids get judged too hardly on, but hopefully we both have some successful games coming up in 2025 for the Panthers and Bears. Something more exciting to watch than we got to watch the last couple of years.
Absolutely. Are we playing? I looked at the opponent's schedule just
Yeah,
the
we're
other
playing you
day,
this year.
and
We always play Panthers. Yeah, so we're playing you at
so
some point
we're
this year.
so you guys are coming to Carolina, right?
If it's on the travel list, I've been wanting to come out there. I've heard about all the awesome food and all the tailgates you guys
So
do. So,
yeah, we I believe you guys are our home game. Sonya, if you're out there, tell us if it's a home game or not. I believe it is a home game
yeah,
because we
no, I
came
think
out
it
there to
is because you
Chicago.
guys were home last time we played you. So, or we were home last time
No, no,
last year
you
when you
guys
guys.
were home.
Yeah, correct. On
That
Thursday
is
Night
one of
Football last year. Yeah.
okay. Well, hopefully we'll listen, Falls. Listen, I hope at least we get
You got to put
a
me up.
Monday
I can't
night,
be
a
paying for
Sunday
these
night,
expensive
or a
hotels and
Thursday
stuff.
night.
I'm coming to sleep on the couch. I'll come stay with you. How about that?
You are more than welcome. I hope we get some kind of prime time, a Monday night, a Sunday night, or a Thursday night. Look, we didn't get anything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
We
know.
were not in any prime time shows. What's up with that?
There ain't nothing better than a noon game on Sunday, though. Let's just be honest. There, waking up in the morning, tailgating, noon on Sunday football. I don't like the primetime games personally. It's like it's Sunday night. I got my family stuff. I'm getting ready for work tomorrow, or
Yeah.
Monday night during the week, or Thursday night work during the week. I'm busy doing stuff. I mean, I love my Sunday noon games. So if all games could be Sunday at noon, I vote for it 100% all year long.
We're gonna turn around and have a Sunday night game or a Monday night game and play the Bears. So
we
guess
got
what?
we
That's
got to
gonna
be a
be
little
light
bit
up
more
the night.
successful where they start giving us those prime time spots. I think.
That's gonna
I
be
think those
light
are
up the
going to the
night.
better playing teams at this point.
Car and car. Okay, she said car and car, prim and proper sports. So, looking back at the season, what do you feel like your most memorable game was, or most memorable part of the season?
I have a lot of memories from the season that I want to forget forever. To be honest with you, um, the Bears season we started off 4-2, and then went on an 11-game losing streak. So, started out with the Hail Mary versus the Commanders, which was just unbelievable. Went into just a stomp out after that. Went into running out of time on Thanksgiving versus Detroit to a blocked field goal with Green Bay. I mean, the Bears just had so many
Oh,
heartbreaking moments this entire season. Like, it was just like, what's next? Like, what could possibly happen now? Like, what crazy dramatic event is going to happen this game? And that's pretty much how the entire season went this year. Horribly coached, horrible play calling, discouraged players.
mm-mm.
I am
Caleb was
trying.
disgusted, according to Prim and Proper Sports. He was
Yeah,
disgusted.
yeah. I mean, do you blame him? I mean, think about this. This is his kid's rookie year. You lost your offensive coordinator, who was a bad play caller. You lost your head coach. You have a horrible offensive line. You've been sacked 70 times. You have Keenan Allen was injured half the season. You're not on point with Roma Dunze. You guys don't have a communication. DJ Moore was frustrated with you because you were a rookie. This kid literally had everything going against him the entire season. He had like 3 years worth of stuff. You lost your head coach halfway through the season. You lost your
Man, that's
offensive
traumatic.
coordinator, your defensive coordinator. Like, this kid went through like 3 years of drama in a matter of 17 games,
Oh
but
gosh.
he still persevered. And if you go back and
Still
you
here.
look at his numbers, he had a really good season for a rookie quarterback. So, um, super excited about his future. We just need to give him some weapons around him and get him some foundation that he can lay down. And hopefully, we have a brighter future in Chicago.
Well, you gotta say you're still there. Caleb's still there. All of the super fans are there. All of the diehard loyal
Oh
fans are
yeah,
gonna
we ain't
be there.
going
Win,
nowhere. We
lose,
ain't going
draw.
nowhere.
Win, lose, drought, shall I say? Because we
Yeah,
both
we've
have,
been
we both had them.
yeah, we've been through the worst. So that's why I said me and you. Like, I can't believe we haven't talked about the entire show, but it is hard being a super fan of the Carolina Panthers and the Chicago
Oh,
Bears, and that is for
Lord.
damn sure. Thicker skin than most other super fans. I'll put us up against anyone. I'll put us up against anyone.
So proud though. I'm so proud to be a Carolina fan. I would not change it for the world. I
No.
love it. I will always be a fan until death do us part. And that is just it. And about to step up the super fan game. So what's going on? And you said you talked about the future. What do you feel like the future is for First and 10 with Foz? And you talked about the future of ESF, but what do you feel like the future of First and 10 with Foz looks like, your podcast as well
Oh my
as your
God.
tailgate.
Day by day. You know what I mean? Like I started it off just a step at a time, and I'm just going to continue a step at a time. Like I said, it's all about having fun, all about being entertaining and making sure you're putting out a show or a product or whatnot that I think people are going to want to sit down and actually watch for the full 45 minutes to an hour and not be bored and have no drag time and actually want to engage in everything being talked about on the show. So as long as I can continue to bring that entertainment factor and have those guests and have those fun topics to get the viewers involved in, as long as that continues, I'm going to continue doing the show. And if a day comes where I can't do that no more, or that's not happening, or viewership drops, or it's not becoming fun, then I'm just going to stop. And it was fun while it lasted. So it's a fun ride, just taking it a day at a time.
Reason, season, and lifetime, man. I mean, you guys have done good and no turning back no matter what. And I want you to continue with all your success and all that good stuff
Well, I
and
appreciate it,
continue to
Pink.
be an inspiration to me and all of the other future super fans and all the
Yeah.
other super fans. We got about a minute and we don't have any questions in the comments for Foz. Any questions? Any going once, going twice? Any
No,
questions in
we
the
touched
comments for
on it. We
Foz?
were so efficient. We touched on it all. I think we answered all questions out there.
What would your what would your advice be for anyone interested in doing what they feel like they really want to do, being a super fan, opening up a podcast, just putting themselves out there? What would be your
Be
advice?
authentic. Be real. Be yourself. Don't try to be fake. Don't try to put on a show. Don't try and be a character. Be real and just do you. And that's going to speak volumes. And that's the number one feedback I get from everyone I know who watches the show or follows me or comments or likes. They're like, dude, you're just real out there and you ain't no bullshit. And you're just calling it how it is and just talking like how you normally talk to a friend. And I think you continue just to be authentic towards yourself, and that's contagious, and people pick up on that. So
Yes, sir.
that's my
Yes,
best
sir.
advice: is just be yourself.
Great advice, man. Great advice. Thank you so much. And I know we didn't get a chance to talk about your, I think at the Bears, one of the Bears game, you actually went, you were interviewed by the media.
Yeah, so I got the opportunity. My wife had written into Fox Sports and Fox News, and I got chosen to be the Bears fan of the week and got a chance to go on Fox News and do an interview and talk about the podcast and the tailgate and all that fun stuff. So that was pretty
Hey,
cool. That was my 5 minutes of fame on Fox. So got to bring my wife on the show too, which was really cool because one thing we didn't talk about, she's pretty much my sidekick in this entire thing. I don't do this alone. I got Mrs. Foz by me the entire time at the tailgate, going to the events, traveling around, meeting the different people, doing everything. So that's another really special thing that kind of stands out as far as being a super fan is it's become more of like a family oriented event with my family and my kids.
yes.
So once you get to involve that all and you're passionate about it and you get family involved, it makes it all that more special.
Absolutely, man. Congratulations on that. Great accomplishment with the media. And shout out to Mrs. Falls. I gotta have
Yeah,
you and Mrs. Falls back on here
let's
as well
do
as
it.
have you and Shuffling 85 on here at the
Yeah.
same time,
Mrs.
double
Foz is the
trouble.
ladies of football, so she's all involved in it too. She would love to
Oh,
come on, I'm
great. We'll
sure.
have her on the show. I want
Yeah.
you to come back on Pink Fan Fur and Company, Falls. We've
Hey,
got
you
so
let
much
me know
still
when
we
you
didn't
want me
cover.
on, sister. I'll fit you in anytime. You know you're my pink
Everybody
fanfare
say
girl.
thank you, my brother from another mother. Okay, so just shout out to Alberto. He said, good having you on, Pink. Always welcome. Thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shuffling 85. Shout out to you, man. Great show. Thank you so much. Wouldn't have been a great
Yeah.
show without Foz,
Yes,
Just saying.
no, stop it. Thank you, Pink, for having me on. Thank everyone for watching, commenting. Like I
Yes.
said, you guys are the reason we all do this, and so happy you guys find us entertaining and look to listen to us talk and BS about whatever's going on. And as long as you guys keep on loving it, we're gonna keep on doing it, right?
Prim and proper force said, cool, well deserved, Foz.
Thank
What
you so
time, what
much.
days and nights do you have your shows? Do you have like a specific schedule or what?
Tuesdays at 7 p.m. is when my show normally is. Like I said, I'm on break right now. If you guys want to go, probably the best place is on my YouTube channel. Every single one of my episodes for the last 2 seasons You can stream very easily on YouTube. If there's a specific fan of a specific team you guys are interested in or want to find out about, I've pretty much had a fan from every team under the sun, some of the biggest out there, which I've been really privileged to have. Pinto Ron from Buffalo, and Frozen Tundra from Green Bay, and Bearman from the Bears, and just some of the coolest guys out there who've been doing it for 30, 40 years, even before Superfans was a thing. So a lot of cool stories out there. So if you guys want to go out to my YouTube page, check out any of my old podcasts. Like I said, some of the Bears content on there will not be recent, but those fans interviews are definitely timeless.
James C. Carter said, great show, Pink and Foz.
Thank you,
you,
James.
100. Go out there, check out Foz's shows on YouTube. Check out my shows. I got some shows up there. Check out Premier Proper Sports and shows. We're all on YouTube at Foz, at First and 10 with Foz, at PINKFanFur, at Premier Proper Sports. You guys heard it first from the man, the myth, the legend. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Next week, guys.
I appreciate you, sir. Thank you.
I have Dallas Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys, Angel coming on Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. You guys will see the promos for that. Stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for showing up tonight. We appreciate you. Godspeed. Take care. Deuces.
Where my Raider fans at? Y'all know what it is. It's for all my Raider Nation heads out there. Yeah. Let's let them know. Let's let them know.
I'ma ride with the squad, rockin' silver and black. We the Raiders from the West.